My grandma left $2.5 million to her cat and cut the family out of the will. The conference room at Sterling and Associates smelled of lemon polish and old money. I sat at the head of the mahogany table, my hands folded on top of a thick, leather-bound portfolio. Across from me sat my family, my mother, my Aunt Linda, my Uncle Bob, and two cousins who were already browsing Zillow on their phones for beach houses. They looked like sharks in Sunday best, their eyes glittering with the anticipation of a payday they had been waiting for since Grandma got sick 5 years ago. Well, Aunt Linda snapped, tapping a manicured nail on the glass surface. Let's get on with it, Roger. We have reservations at the Ivy for lunch. To celebrate Mom's life, of course. Of course, I said, keeping my voice neutral. I glanced at Mr. Sterling, the estate attorney. He gave me a subtle nod. He knew what was coming. He had helped Grandma draft the document 6 months ago, while she sat in her armchair, stroking the orange tabby cat that never left her lap. As the executor of the estate of Margaret and Miller, I began, opening the portfolio. I will now read the last will and testament. The room went silent. You could hear the hum of the air conditioning. To my children, Linda, Robert, and Susan, I read. I leave the sum of $50,000 each. $50,000? Uncle Bob choked. He stood up halfway, his face turning a dangerous shade of purple. That's it. Where's the rest? Mom had millions. She sold the factory in '98. She had investments. Please hold your questions until the end, I said calmly. $50,000 won't even cover my credit card debt, Linda hissed to my mother. She must have been senile. We can contest this. To my grandchildren, I continued. I leave my collection of porcelain figurines and the contents of the attic. My cousins groaned. Great. Trash, one of them muttered. And finally, I said, taking a deep breath, to my beloved companion, the one who stayed by my side when the house was quiet and the phone didn't ring, to Mr. Whiskers. I paused. I looked at them. They were confused. I leave the remainder of my estate, including the liquid assets, the investment portfolio, and the primary residence. Total value estimated at $2.5 million. The silence shattered. It wasn't a gasp. It was an explosion. The cat? Linda shrieked, standing up so fast her chair fell over. She left the money to the cat? Is this a joke? Bob demanded, slamming his fist on the table. Roger, is this some kind of sick prank? Did you write this? It is a legal document, Mr. Sterling interjected smoothly. Drafted, witnessed, and notarized while Mrs. Miller was of sound mind. Sound mind? Linda laughed, a hysterical, jagged sound. She left $2 million to an animal that licks its own butt. She was crazy. We're taking this to court. Wait, I said. There's more. I turned the page. The funds are to be held in an irrevocable pet trust, I read, for the care, maintenance, and comfort of Mr. Whiskers for the duration of his natural life. Upon his death, any remaining funds shall be donated in full to the Happy Tales Animal Rescue Foundation. So we get nothing? My mother whispered. Even after the cat dies? Correct, I said. Unless what? Bob leaned in, his eyes narrowing. Unless the cat dies soon? I saw the look in Linda's eyes. It was cold. It was calculating. She wasn't seeing a pet. She was seeing an obstacle. We just need to get rid of the cat, Linda whispered. She thought she was being quiet, but in the silent room, it sounded like a scream. If the cat runs away, or gets hit by a car, the trust dissolves, right? I smiled. It was the smile Grandma had when she played gin rummy and knew she held the winning hand. What happens next isn't just a story about a wealthy pet. It is the slow, agonizing realization by my family that they are now subordinate to a feline. You see, the trust isn't just a bank account. It's a living entity with rules. Strict rules. And one of those rules involves family visitation. By the time I finish explaining the visitation protocol, Aunt Linda won't just be hating the cat. She's going to be serving him dinner. For full version, follow on screen instructions.